You're watching Community Conversations, a ConcordTV production.
Hello, this is Community Conversations. If you're just tuning in, my name is Doris Ballard. I'm the Executive Director of Concord Community TV, and this is a production of Concord TV, and it is also a podcast. And by the way, you can watch all of our productions. Tell people who don't watch it on the channel 22, that you can watch it on demand on yourconcordtv.org. Now that I've gotten our pitch out of there, I want you to meet my special guest today. He is Ryan Linehan. Who does not know Ryan Linehan? The Executive Director at Kimball Jenkins Estate, the art school, and the estate, right? So,
yes.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
It's been too long since
Yeah.
you've been on the program, so happy you came. Thank you. And you've got so much going on.
It's going to be a busy spring.
Let's just get right into
Sure.
it. All right. We were talking about Wednesday's Wisdom. That's really grown. Tell us what that is.
Wednesday's Wisdom is a partnership between Kimball Jenkins and the Millbrook Gallery and Sculpture Garden. In the winter, it's held at Kimball Jenkins, and in the summer, it's held at Millbrook. And it's a community gathering. It's a community potluck, and people just come. They bring a dish, bring something, and there's 45 minutes or so of socializing, and then a 45-minute or so talk on an interesting topic. And sometimes they're a little bit off the wall, but they're always very interesting.
So give us an example of one that we talked about before the show aired.
We did, Annie Jones from St. Paul's did A Brief History of Hay.
H-A-Y.
H-A-Y.
Not H-E-Y, right?
So the use of hay in art, literature, and music. And she brought you from Mesopotamia to the pop artists in 45 minutes. It was a fantastic presentation.
That's great.
We had the ambassador to Pakistan, which I've never heard somebody talk so much and say nothing.
Really?
He was very good.
Oh my gosh.
At least nothing you couldn't read in Time magazine.
Right. Very entertaining.
Yes.
Right.
Vermin Supreme came.
I love that. Oh my God. Was he wearing the boot on his head?
Sure was, and gave his presidential speech.
It's a great character. Oh, he gave his presidential.
Yep.
How many people came for that? But
it was a really interesting mix. A lot of college students, a lot of high school students, and it was a fantastic.
That's great.
Fantastic presentation.
So that happens the second Wednesday of every month?
It's the second Wednesday of every month.
And in the summer, it's at Millbrook Gallery and Sculpture Garden?
Yes.
Right. Pam Tarbell is the head of that beautiful, beautiful gallery and sculpture garden over in right up the street from on
Pleasant Street.
On Pleasant Street, right. It's beautiful. And all right, so now the next one that's coming up, of course, is one tonight. This is Valentine's Day, but this will be on after Valentine's Day. But the next one that is happening is, do you happen to know what that will be?
It will be Tony Shanilla will be talking, and I don't know the topic yet.
He is the editor of
He's
Patch.
The editor of Patch. Concord. It won't have to do with Patch or media.
Okay, it'll be something totally different.
Yes.
Interesting, all right. So if people want to find out, they can go to kimballjenkins.com.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll repeat that quite often. So go check it out and find out. Great website, I looked at it this week, and you can see everything that's going on. Tons of stuff going on at Kimball Jenkins. And for those of you who have never been there, it is on North Main Street.
North Main Street.
Right, you have to cross 393 to get to it, right?
Almost 4 acres.
Not the highway itself, but
almost 4 acres in downtown Concord, and it's 378 steps to Center Street. It's not far.
And you would know that how?
One of my artists, Bob Dorr, measured it once. He walks everywhere, and he came back and said, it's only 387 steps to.
That's very interesting.
To downtown.
Right. I'll have to measure how long it takes me to get home from work. Anyway.
It's faster walking sometimes.
I know. I know it. All right. So if you're just tuning in, my guest is Ryan from Kimball Jenkins. Ryan Linehan. known you for how long? Ryan Linehan, Executive Director at Kimball Jenkins School of Art and KimballJenkins.com. This is Community Conversations of Concord TV production, and that's also a podcast. So, all right, exhibitions. I have been fortunate enough to attend them and found some beautiful pieces of art that I'm proud to show in my home. So talk about some upcoming exhibitions that are happening.
We have one up now and it will be up until March, middle of March. It's a lot of up-and-coming artists. It's curated by an up-and-coming artist, Mike Howitt. So I brought in a guest curator. And then in the gallery, we have Millbrook, in the Mansion Gallery, we have Millbrook Gallery and Sculpture Garden, since they're closed in the winter, is using that space for the winter.
Beautiful. And the artwork is for sale.
Yes.
Right. And I love the fact that you can find beautiful art and very, very talented artists from around the beyond Concord, from Concord, beyond Concord, and you can buy something as an investment. I think of it as an investment, something you can pass on to your family, and then it speaks to you because you buy it because it speaks to you, obviously,
special.
right? Right. So, and you can also find out who the artists are and follow them online too, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
All right. I love the next thing, tea parties. I wish I had some little girls in my life right now.
You can come anyways.
Oh, I can,
Yes.
right, the teacups. My God, there's.
Well, we've got the beautiful mansion and beautiful settings,
Beautiful.
so we started doing tea parties, and they really caught on. So we do, this year there's 3 different themes. It's a series.
Snow White is one.
Snow White, Frozen, and then fairies.
The annual fairy tea party.
Yep. And then in June, we do the Fairy Festival, which has grown to probably over 400 kids this year. It's going to be huge.
Amazing. Is there a cost for the tea parties?
There is. It's $10, I believe.
That's very
It's not
reasonable, right? And they get to have little teas.
Oh, full
and the whole
size.
thing, right?
It's full size tea sets.
That's wonderful, right? Oh, how exciting! Are they all little girls?
The majority of them are little girls, and then occasionally Superman, or a prince,
Or prince? I love it.
or something along that line.
So it's open to.
Oh, absolutely. We do
Yeah.
craft projects as part of it, story time. It's a fun. It's about a little over 2 hours, and it's a lot of fun.
That's amazing. Do they come in costume sometimes?
Almost all of them come in costume,
Really?
and sometimes mom and dad come in costume.
I love it. Oh, that's wonderful. So the tea parties, again, are happening at KimballJenkins.com. You can find out what the dates are.
And they'll be running all the way till June.
Wow. Is there a limit to how many people can attend? Or, I mean, do you cap it at a certain amount?
Around 40.
Okay. Then, all right. And they're in the...
In the
they're
mansion.
not in the mansion. They're in
No,
the
they're
mansion.
in the
Oh,
mansion.
that's what's so special about
Oh,
it.
beautiful round tables. It's all decorated and with different themes. And
Should do tea parties for adults.
I know.
We
I
should
know.
do that, right? I know. I would go. Right. All right. But it's
And
fun,
we've had adults come. We had one table that was celebrating somebody's 98th birthday
Oh, that's
with her
wonderful.
kids. That's what she wanted
Oh
to
my
do.
God. Well, this is a good time, and we're jumping around a little bit
Yep.
because we want to talk about the spring classes and the camps, but just to throw in there that you can rent the facility for weddings and events, baby showers,
bridal showers.
business events,
a
which
lot of
Concord TV has done.
Yep, a
and
lot of
meetings.
birthday parties. It's a great location.
Right. It's wonderful, and they can have it catered.
Absolutely, you can.
Or bring in food themselves.
They can.
Right.
One of the few places where you can do it
That's
yourself.
right. And then the gardens in the back, it's a beautiful location for weddings. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
right, it's just hopping. How long have you been with Kimball Jenkins now?
13, 14 years.
Oh, that's
It's
what I
been a
was gonna-
while.
If I could guess, I was going to say close to 15.
Yeah,
right.
it's getting there.
Well, we've known each other. Right now. All right, camps, summer camps, and spring classes. So spring is coming up.
3rd week of April is our our classes start, and we offer classes for all ages.
Is that during school vacation?
We don't do a vacation
You
week.
don't do a vacation week?
No.
You do it only in the summer?
Yes.
Okay. So adults take these classes?
Adults and teens.
Adults and
And we
teens,
have a few
right.
kids classes, after school classes. And we also have a pretty robust, and it's growing very quickly, homeschool program.
Really?
Yeah.
So they come in, that makes sense. They can
Yeah,
meet
it's,
together. They're looking for things to do.
We looked, we were lucky enough to get artist Mary Mead, who was a professor at Colby Sawyer, and now she's with us. She runs our homeschool program, and she does everything that they can't do at home. So, you know, they're using the press, they're doing printmaking, they're doing ceramics, they're doing sculpture, because anybody can draw at home, but so we do some really fun stuff with them.
Is there a cost for the homeschooler?
Yes.
Yes? So they can check that out
That's
again
on
at
the website,
kimballjenkins.com?
And with the homeschooler, there's you can either pay for a bunch of classes or you can drop in.
That's great. Wonderful. But summer camps, summer art camps.
Summer camp's popular, and this year's we've got some fun stuff going on.
Ages?
6 to 18.
Wow. So you've got teenagers.
So we've got a teen camp as well.
Is that well attended by the teenagers?
Most weeks are fairly well attended, not quite as well attended as summer camp.
Right.
Kind of drops off with the teens. We've got 2 weeks that are just drawing and painting, and a lot of kids use that as, you know, to get ready for college if they're pursuing art. We have a teen program in Harry Potter, which is really fun.
Wow.
And we've got one going on that's printmaking, bookmaking, that sort of thing. And we're working on one, hopefully it'll happen on Minecraft.
Oh, that's still popular.
It's
very
very
popular,
popular. And it would be creating a virtual mansion. Using the mansion.
I love it.
Because it's
That's
such
awesome.
a cool space.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so summer camps, if they want to find out about that, give us an example of some of the classes for the younger students. I mean, and we have to say that the programs are, if someone is looking to have their children there, you have before camp and after camp.
For summer camp, we have before
for summer
care and
camp.
after care, so from 7:30 to 5:30.
And the costs are probably even
It's less than daycare.
less than daycare. So what a bargain.
And we really, I've got a fantastic summer camp director, Lee Johnson, and he finds a great balance between fun, learning, and so that they don't know they're learning. Last year we had a couple, a brother and sister who after summer camp went to Europe. And the parents called us when we got back and said they knew all the art, they visited the museums. And the kids were telling them, what was on the walls.
That's amazing. So they don't know that they're learning.
They're having fun.
That's a great way of just having fun. Learning can be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, you've just been fortunate enough at Kimball Jenkins to receive an LCHIP grant for $40,000.
A state grant.
Wonderful. And what will that be for?
That's to redo the carriage house roof. About every 120 years or so, it needs maintenance, and that's what we'll be doing hopefully this spring.
That must be really very appreciated because the upkeep.
It's an expense. It's copper and slate.
Wow.
And once the copper goes on, you'll know it. It shines like a brand new copper penny for about a month.
Right.
So.
Well, talk about the mansion. What are give us an example of some of the events that happen in the mansion besides what we've talked about at Kimball Jenkins for rentals. What type of events were you like?
Cocktail parties.
Cocktail parties
are really popular. Weddings, of course. We do a lot of weddings.
Do you give tours to people who want?
We've done tours, but we're always welcome people to stop by and look around and go exploring.
It is beautiful. If you're just tuning in, this is Community Conversations, a program and a podcast of Concord TV. And my guest is Ryan Linehan. He's the executive director of Kimball Jenkins School of Art. A real gift to Concord, New Hampshire residents, and you must draw beyond Concord.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Quite a bit. I mean, if you get how many families and attendees for your ferry?
Oh, the ferry
tea
festival.
party. I mean, the ferry festival.
In June will be over 400.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there a fee for the ferry festival?
There is. I think it's also $10.
Okay. Well, all of this is well worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
family activities.
And
is
that's,
what I think of.
most people spend 4 to 5 hours at the festival.
Really?
So that's pretty good.
So what can they expect there? Do they have little ferry
There's
villages
tea parties,
or
scheduled tea parties, and we do about 100 people at a time for a tea party. Ferry house making, we have all the materials, so they wander the gardens or wherever they want in the estate and make their own ferry houses with shells and feathers and bark. And craft projects, and usually face painting and story time. There's quite a bit to do.
Right. So events. I think we've talked about pretty much all of them. However, what else did we miss?
I think what would we miss?
Right.
We will be, what's in the works, we will be doing a pretty big event in September. But it's not going to be us, it's going to encompass the North End.
All right.
It's going to be discovering the North End of Concord.
This seems like a first.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
That's something
right.
That's hopefully will be solidified soon.
That's great. So much going on in Concord.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
we've got especially the historic district, which a lot of people don't know is there.
So I want to go back to the Wednesday's Wisdom because I know that you're pretty excited about that. You mentioned that Steve Dupree, who doesn't know Steve Dupree in Concord?
He did a fantastic presentation on, what was it? Concord in 50 years, a thriving city or a ghost town.
Really?
And he gave his take on where Concord needs to go and why. It was very informative.
Did it have anything to do with connecting to the river? Some of it, maybe?
93 expansion came in
93 expansion, right.
Yeah.
And of course, people who do not know who Steve Dupree is, just go look at the Smile Building.
Yes.
And he is a very passionate developer in Concord. And so a lot of great things have happened. He's one of the many who are a mover and shaker.
Absolutely.
All right, so what's up with the homeschool? How did you connect with them? I mean, they have activities?
Well, what we did is we started small. We decided it's always been a tough demographic to hit because they're all so busy.
Right.
And they're busy on different days.
Right.
So we decided we're just going to do it and see who shows up.
Build it and they will come?
Yeah, and then, it started with 4 kids, and then a couple more showed up and liked it. And some people come every week, some people come once a month, and it works out really well.
That's great.
We also do another teen program, which we started maybe 6 months ago, and it's been so successful. We're just continuing it and hope we get funding. Hope the funding will follow.
Right.
It's called Art and Life. It's it's really targeted towards 9th, 10th graders who find school a little bit difficult. And what it teaches them through art is how to kind of get a better deal in life, how to advocate for themselves, particularly in school.
That's amazing.
And it's meant a tremendous to the students that, it's helped the students that have come a lot. And it was such an important program. We just kept it going. So that's, it's, I think, all but one of them are Concord High School students, and it's every Friday at 3:30.
How did that come about?
That was actually through a charitable trust
Really?
grant, which is about to run out, but we're just going to keep it going. It was a program Rob Fareed and Mary Mead put together, and it's been incredibly successful, and we're trying to make it grow.
That's fantastic, because a lot of like teenagers in high school probably just don't thrive
No.
in,
It teaches them to get advocate for themselves and to, make their education better, taking the initiative themselves.
That's great.
Rather than waiting for somebody else to do it.
Well, congratulations to you, Ryan, and to your team for everything that you do. I know it's just, I've seen it grow over the years, and it's a great contribution to the city of Concord and the people of Concord and beyond. So I remember when Kimball Jenkins was did not even have art education there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and now add the tea parties and add the Wednesday's Wisdom.
And we're eventually we'll be adding more of the historic component into it.
That's wonderful. Great. All right. So with that, I want to remind you that if you want to find out more about Kimball Jenkins, go to kimballjenkins.com. Check out the historical part of it too, because it really has an amazing historical story. And if you're looking for a location to rent for any event, check it out with that. But go look at all the wonderful activities they have for kids, families, teenagers, adults.
Everybody. Yeah.
Someday when I have nothing to do, I'm going to take a class in painting. I've been saying that how long now?
About 15 years.
Yeah, about that, right. I like to buy them already done, if someone else has done them and they're more talented than I am. So thank you so much,
Thanks for
Ryan
having me.
Linehan, Executive Director of Kimball Jenkins School of Art. Let's not wait 15 years to make this happen. Again, thank you so much for all you do. And thank you for tuning in to Concord TV's Community Conversations. I am Doris Ballard. And check out our website, yourconcordtv.org. And by the way, I'm going to pitch our Easter event that's coming up you have an Easter egg hunt coming up too. You have an egg extravaganza coming up too. And ours is at Bektash Shrine Center from March 16th, 17th, 18th. And we hope to have a little sample of something that they do at Kimball Jenkins for one of the activities that weekend. So it's all about collaborations. That's what it is. Okay. So thank you all for tuning in. Let people know about it. YourConcordTV.org. You can watch it on demand, and you can listen to the podcast. So let everybody know and get involved with Concord TV. We're a great resource for the community as well. So bye now. Have a great day.
You're watching Community Conversations, a Concord TV production.